Hi, I'm Grayson Steele, and today we're going to be having a look at Rey and BB-8 from the Star Wars The Force Awakens, the Black Series from Hasbro. Now, as you can see from the box itself, it's the nice black edge window packaging with the red background, which looks really quite cool. Inside we have Rey herself, what looks like to be an accessory, which is her bow staff, and BB-8. So let's have a look at the side. We can see that this is number 2 in that particular wave. And on the back, we have some information regarding Rey, which says, Rey is a resilient survivor, a scavenger toughened by a lifetime of dealing with cutthroats of the harsh desert world of Jakku. BB-8 is the spherical loyal astromech droid of the Resistance pilot Poe Dameron. So what we're going to do now is we're going to open it up and see what we've got. On unpacking Rey and BB-8, the first thing as far as an accessory goes is Rey's staff. Now you can see it's nicely detailed. If you've seen the film, you know that she uses it on Jakku, and it's something she uses as protection. But when you look at the detail that Hasbro have put in, you can see the nice hand pads there. The actual shoulder strap itself is the only quibble I've got, really, is the fact that it's hard plastic. Although it's not very difficult to put it on a shoulder, it is, however, difficult to sort of give her certain poses with it. But other than that, it's a minor quibble. But again, a nice accessory, and it looks really good. Okay, moving on. Let's look at the Rey Jakku figure. You can tell instantly it doesn't really much take after Daisy Ridley. I don't know why Hasbro are having such a problem with their female characters. I mean, I had the same problem with my Leia figure as well, where the identity of the actual figure or the likeness of her was, of Carrie Fisher, was pretty poor. And the same goes here with Daisy Ridley. Now, if I have to be honest, if this didn't come with the BB-8 droid, I probably would never have even purchased it. I just don't think it's that great. Which is sad, really, considering the fact that the actual sculpt and everything to do with her clothing is really top. It's really, really good. They've done a very nice job on it. But the problem is, for me, is although the actual paintwork itself on the face isn't too bad, it's little things like where her hair drops, it's almost glued to the side of her face, and it almost makes it look like a sideburn rather than an actual piece of dropped hair, and it just doesn't look nice. It just doesn't, for me, it doesn't do it. It could have been done a lot better. So if we move on to the sculpt of her clothing, you can see that it's a really good likeness to the actual film itself. I like the separation in colours. You can see that really clearly with the whites, the tans and the browns. It looks really good. I mean, the wrinkles within the arm pieces, the belt itself, the actual satchel is really nicely detailed. The wrinkles within the actual fabric as it hangs down is really well done. The detail in her boots is interesting. They've done a really nice job on that. You can see that there's been some time on that, time taken to make that look the part. So, as far as the sculpt goes within the actual body, it's been done extremely well. As far as articulation goes, we have movement in the head. There's no movement up and down, but side to side. Now, my one makes a horrible noise when I try and turn her weight, so I'm not sure if that's you're supposed to be able to turn her at all or not, but I guess not. As far as her arms go, they go up to about shoulder. They don't swivel, however her arms bend rotate at the elbow. Hands rotate round. There's slight movement in them, not a lot, but there's slight movement. The actual legs, because of her garment, you can just about bend her knees. There we go. As far as her thighs go, it's very difficult to get in there you can move her distance between her legs like that, but the fact is you can't really move her thighs very easily, if at all. There's slight movement. Moving them backwards and forwards, there's slight movement. Again, it's not something I would recommend, purely because the actual plastic is so hard. You're more concerned about breaking her leg because the plastic is just so rigid. When we go towards her ankles, there is movement within her knees as well as at the bend. The ankles don't move, but the actual foot does. So there is movement in the foot. So yeah, it's a bit restricted as far as the bottom half of her go, purely because of her clothing. The plastic is so rigid you can barely, move her legs backwards or forwards or apart, purely because of the restriction in the hard plastic. But overall, not too bad. I've seen better, but it's not too bad at all. Also with Rey, you get BB-8. Now, why you get BB-8 with her and not Poe Dameron, I don't know, but it really is the saving grace of this particular package, because BB-8 looks great. I mean, the detail alone, you can see the imprint and the detail within his actual shell. The white and the orange and the silver looks really, really well done. There's a lot of attention and care done with this, and when you look at his actual head, you can see the detail and how he's a bit dirtier on the top. It looks like it just looks better, and in all fairness, when you've got an accessory like BB-8 and you've got a figure as bad as Rey, it sort of doesn't balance out. But the purchase is probably something I would consider just for the droid. So it's a really good job, and Hasbro have done a good. And I mean, the way that they've done, I mean, he's actually weighted. I mean, you can feel there's quite a bit of weight in his body, and that's when you move his head around. He doesn't sort of end up toppling over, and it balances out really well. I mean, it's very well thought out, and I really like the way they've done it. And if you ask me, the saving grace of this particular package is BB-8. So kudos to Hasbro. That's a really nice design, and the way that they've actually made the figure works really, really well. So the Rey and BB-8 Star Wars Force Awakens Black Series figures are a bit of a mixed bag. The actual BB-8 droid is really nicely done. I mean, kudos to Hasbro. The detail and the effort that went into it regarding the way it moves, etc., is really nice. The actual Rey figure itself, I like the sculpt, but the actual likeness it really isn't there. So for me, it's a collect, purely because I am a collector. But if it's for someone who is mildly into collecting figures, then I would suggest that this one they give a miss. Hopefully Hasbro will bring us out more Rey figures. I mean, I'd like to have one with the lightsaber. Let's hope that comes with a better likeness of Daisy Ridley. But anyway, that's my review of Rey and BB-8 of the Star Wars Black Series action figure review. If you want to see more, please do click that like button and subscribe to my channel. I'm Grayson Steele, and until next time.